الحمد لله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يمنون عليك أن أسلموا قل لا تمنوا علي إسلامكم بل الله يمن عليكم أن هداكم للإيمان إن كنتم صادقين وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يكون هواه تبعا لما جئت به أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Allah has given us again an opportunity to see each other on this day in Utah, Salt Lake City. It's like it's been 6 months now. I had been here, and yet I'm here again. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with Islam, and Islam is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been given to us without even asking us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are so many people who are more worthy in terms of health and wealth and mental capacity and their intelligence, but yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen us. We need to thank Allah. Many thanks we can offer. The importance of Islam is vital, especially when it comes to Iman, and we grow it inside our hearts. A small particle of Iman can earn us Jannah, world extent. The lowest person who carries the minimum amount of Iman will end up earning worlds multiplied by 10. Geographically, this much of land he will earn, inshallah, hereafter. So it is very important. Now we need to keep Iman safely within our body. And we need to transfer it to our coming generations as well. Otherwise, I've been hearing a lot in the United States and in England as well, that mashallah, Muslims are buying churches and they are acquiring them and converting them into masajid and mosques. It's a very good thing. But we were just going through the same experience in Canada and a few weeks back, and there was a huge church, and basically it was the school of the Catholic nuns, which we are acquiring now in Canada, alhamdulillah. And it happened that I asked the Pope that why are you selling the church? He said that no, there are no nuns now. They are just perishing, no more nuns. So it's a land and it's liability on us, we have to sell it. So I said, okay. Then a thought came into my mind, what if we don't pass our values, our culture, our ethics, our virtues to our coming generations, and what if our coming generations, after 3-4 generations, they are not able to look after the masjids and the masajids and the mosques? And what if our coming generations, they are to sell our masajid like the Christians are selling their churches now? It's a very painful thought. So to save our generations for the coming time of Christians who are selling their churches, it needs efforts, a lot of efforts. First of all, we need to look into ourselves, that what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me in the shape of Islam, in the shape of this huge blessing, which maybe I was not worthy, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me. What am I doing to save it, to take it along with me to hereafter, in barzakh, in akhirah, in hashr, and finally I'll be able to earn Jannah, inshallah ta'ala. So am I doing enough? What is my time management? How much time I'm spending for saving my iman and amal? And what is my understandings of Islam? And what I'm in here in form of minority, because we are minority here, Muslims. So here, in fact, I am, each one of us sitting in this room, and each one of us saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And having said that, he's saying that I'm a Muslim. His actions, his words, either is benefiting Islam or harming Islam. So each one of us, we are a representative of Islam in this part of the world. We have to think very deeply inside ourselves that how much practicing Muslim I am, and what is the ratio that I'm going to transfer to my coming generation, to my kids, to my grandkids, and make them train enough that they will transfer the same virtues and values to our coming generations. We need to make a framework, collective framework, which will start from myself, then my immediate subordinates, which can be my family members, my kids, my wife, the spouse, and then going into the complete society-based, like holistic approach, that what can we do to save our generations? This is a big question mark today in those people who are serving in Western countries. Being a Muslim, being a representative of Islam, what is my role and what are my responsibilities? There are a number of roles and responsibilities which needed to be taken care of, and which needs to be taken care of, in fact, now currently as well. So I'm just throwing you some questions. You need to have a research, and you need to sit with the scholars over here. That what can we do? What strategies can we make to fulfill those needs? Because in 15 or 20 minutes, I can't explain it all. Just I need to throw you the open questions. They're not closed questions. It needs a lot of R&D, research and development, and you people do it tailor-made and customized as per your needs. In Utah, there are different needs. In different parts of the United States, the needs are certainly, they varies. But those are important questions. Please consider them. What am I doing to represent the Islam in which phase? Islam is not only coming to mosques, pray 5 times a day, and zakah, and perform hajj, or fast Ramadan. But Islam is a complete code of life. Technically, when I speak to Islamic psychology, human being is basically made of 2 things. One is body, and the other one is soul. Ruh and jism. And the Jewish, they came over to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they asked 3 questions. One of the question was, yas'alunaka 'anir ruh. They are asking about you, what is soul? Because soul, it doesn't come into our mind that what a soul could be anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered, ar-ruhu min amri rabbi. The soul is like the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from upward of the skies. And now, when the soul and the body are together, we call it a human being. When the soul departs from the body, then we call a body a dead body. It's not a body then. That it started stinking, and the people can't bear it, keeping it with them after a certain time. Then it has to be buried, or whatever customs different nation they follows. But it has to go away from the surface of the earth. Otherwise, it will start stinking, and it will start disturbing the people. That's the philosophy of human body and soul. And the body has been built from the soil. So the needs of the body are brought up from the soil. We eat, what we wear, what we apply to our bodies, they are all from the soul, from the earth. The wheat, the rice, different, we cultivate them, and the fruits and the cotton, what we use, it's all from the soil. Because the body is from the soil, so the needs are from the soil. And the soul, the ruh, is ar-ruh min amri rabbi. It's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the food and the feedings of the soul is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are basically the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the commandments, the deen we follow, it's a complete code of life. The commandments are not limited to ibadat only, the worships. It's just a part, a segment of the commandments. Yet the commandments are spread into our society, spread into our workplace, spread into our houses, into our kids, the way we treat our kids, the way we treat our bosses, the way we look after the property of the bosses, the way we look after the public property, the way that we raise our kids. There are 4 rights of a kid towards their parents. Number 1, to give them a good Islamic name, which has a good meaning. If it's like resembles to the Sahaba, Razillahu Ta'ala Najma'in, then it's fine. Otherwise, it has to have a good name. You can't name your child a shaitan, but you have to name him Rahman, for example. So it has to have a good meaning. Number 2, to give them education, that he can upbring himself and then he can transfer this education and it will help them upbringing their kids as well. Number 3, give them tarbiyah. Teach them about your religion, the values of your religion, the customs of your religion, the norms of your religion, the values of your religion, the virtues of your religion. All has to be taught to your kids. And the last one, but not the least, is when he become adult, you have to get him or get her marry in a nice place. So those are the 4 main rights on the parents from the kids. But the other way around, there are so many rights of the parents towards their kids. So these are all the segments of Islam when we need to understand it and we need to fulfill them. Not only worship. Islam is not only the name of worship. But the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are widespread in our life, 24/7. The pattern of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, La ilaha illallah, the commandments of Allah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, the standard of life that we have to follow. Without the way and the path and the patterns of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah does not accept any even worships if it's against the sunnah, against the hadith, against the pattern of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. It's rejected. So we need to understand Islam. Islam is a complete code of life. We have to understand. We need to have close contacts with the scholars. So please, the time is getting short. I have only 3 minutes to conclude my talk. Basically, to save Islam in this part of the world, first of all, we need to save it. And the second thing, if we fulfill the needs of Islam, the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it would be an automatically da'wah to the non-believers, non-Muslims. And they will see us and they will have the blessings of Islam, they will feel it, and then inshallah the people will say, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. So the people will certainly follow Islam then. And Islam is basically a deen fitrah. Everybody needs it. And the soul comes from the sky, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The food and the feeding are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the way we feed our body or our soul, the more we feel our body, the body will grab us towards the sins. The more we feed our soul, the soul will certainly grab us into hasanat, inshallah. Hasanat, all the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please do research on them. Secondly, from ourselves towards our coming generations, please be aware that the changes are very rapid nowadays in the world. If we don't lay the foundations for our generations to be inside the circle of Islam, they will start going out. I have heard many people, many young kids, they said that now we are out of Islamic circle. We don't follow Islam anymore. When I was back in 2005, migrating to Canada, but yet I didn't. I ended up going to a madrasa. When I searched about a certain place in Vancouver, I came to know that before 3 generations, their parents, they migrated from Arab countries. And in the 4th generation, the whole society, colony, was Christian. You know, the place Manila, Philippines, it used to have a name of Minallah. The name of Manila was Minallah. And within the span of 4 generations, it became Manila. And now the people goes to complete their desires, their body desires over there. There are nightclubs, there are discotheques, there are casinos, and very small amount of Muslim it is there now. Now many people became Christians because they didn't care about their coming generations. And now the results are, somebody says that Sharia Islam is very soft, but the nature is very cruel. If we strategize it, if we plan it, and if we do the right direction, then maybe we'll have the result. If we don't do it, then the nature is very cruel. It is going to play with us. And my third point is that starting from myself towards my direct subordinates, which can be my straight employees, which can be my straight family members, that who is obeying me. The third one is holistically in the society. In terms of Muslim society, we need to be together. We need to basically gather on the common goals that we carry within ourselves. I've been experiencing that. For example, in Delaware, I came to know that there was, mashallah, a good society like you, and certainly there was some misconception between 2 groups, and the other group, they started to build their own mosques. Mosque is Allah's home. It's not our own. We can't claim this is my mosque. The masjid, innal masajid lillah. The masjid belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to gather on the common goals. A platform we need. And this is the beauty of Islam, that different skin colors, different languages, different nations, they gather on La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Alhamdulillah. And that's how I can see that so many people from different part of the world, we are gathered because of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Alhamdulillah. May Allah keep us like that. So that is very important. And to save our kids' generation, coming generation, please do something about their educational institution. Strategize it. Like, for example, there is Iqra Academy, but we don't have to end up only towards the academy. We have to have a complete educational system from the scratch right to the university. So we lay the foundation, but it has been grabbed. Our kids are grabbed by the other educational systems, and then sometime it slips from our hands. So please do that, and try to think over it. MashaAllah, this is a strong society, the Islamic Society of Great Salt Lake City, and I applaud you and appreciate your efforts. MashaAllah, I've been hearing a lot, and Bhai Ghulam is just sharing with me most of the things, and it's really appreciable. But we need to have a step forward to grow it more, and to save our coming generation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us strength to serve Islam, to stay on Islam, and to save our coming generations. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.